I cannot believe it is November, and I'm going to give you an update on my collection, show you everything that's in bloom right now. And as you could tell, I put a little barrier up so that Zoe could stop eating my plants. And I haven't shown you guys my catasetums. They're up there and growing, so hopefully they will bloom for me this year. But jumping right in, this is my Phalaenopsis apricot glow. It's been in bloom for months, maybe about 6 months, and it keeps blooming. I feel like those equestrus hybrids and the equestrus itself, they last a long time. Let me show you my Hoyas. I have a mess here. I can never quite keep up with them, but my Hoya Crimson Queen is about to bloom. This one is my Hoya Sunrise. It bloomed for me. Very pretty, fragrant flowers. Kind of reminds me of the Croniana. Flowers look similar. And this one is my Hoya Hushkeliana Yellow. This bloomed for me for the first time. And it smelled really good. It smelled like butterscotch. And these are different kinds of flowers. So these are nice. I look forward to blooming that some more. The Hoyas are growing. I mean, they grow like crazy. In the back, a bovada bloom, but it kind of like faded. Um, the Hoyas are just growing a lot, so it's a lot of taming that I gotta do, and trellising. Moving on to the orchids, this one is my Dendrobium New Hope Mini. This is so pretty. It's such a compact and cute one. I'll show you a closer look shortly. And then I got my Zygo right next to it, which hasn't bloomed in a long time. Maybe as it cools down, it's got a mature growth. And I got some other Cattleyas here that haven't bloomed in a while. This one is my Enobi Purple Splash. Zoe already bit into a flower, so I moved it. I'm hanging it in my bedroom, but she will climb on top to this one, but it's not as bad as the ones lower on the shelf. But I have a Cattleya Valkyriana Cerulean there. I'm going to show you my Phals. This one is Bellina. So this one is blooming yet again. Such a good one. Such a big one, but a good one. And this one is my LD's Bear Queen. It was blooming last month, and it's continuing to bloom sequentially. Bellina Cerulean is pushing out a new bud. And here is the Equestrus Cerulean. This one has also been blooming for over 6 months. So those Equestrus are great. I have a couple of Dendrobiums, some Cattleyas down here, nothing really blooming. This is Vanda Twinkle. It is still blooming and looking good. It's been in bloom for almost a month now. And this one is Vanda Falcata. This one is blooming. It smells so good at night. It is wonderful. I really like these Vandas. And it's small, very small, so if you're new to Vandas, the Neophanetia falcata hybrids and the falcatas themselves, I think they're great because they don't get too big. This one is a Richard Mueller Laelia hybrid. That one is always blooming all the time. I showed it last month as well. This one is BL Morning Glory, and I'm going to show you a closer look at that one shortly. And I got my Dendrobiums here. I'll make that Australian Dendrobium video soon. My Phals are here. I'm not noticing spikes yet, but now's the time. One of the roots actually attached to the wall, so I had to remove it. Brassivola nodosa is blooming. Another good one. So my Schilleriana has a spike. The others are not spiking yet, but they should soon. And that's my Phalaenopsis Sogo relics. Now let's have a look at the other shelf. I did the same thing. Zoe actually crawled under and bit something, and I had to tighten it some more. That's Mari's Glory. And I have a Cattleya that's declining after repotting it and moving it from semi-hydro. And that leaf right there is thrips damage from 2 years ago. I don't have any thrips. I hope to never see thrips again. But I wanted to show you some of my plants declined a little bit after repotting, including my Oncidium Twinkle, and some of them hadn't been repotted in a while, and I just wanted to be honest. Sometimes some of the orchids will get a little shocked. Hopefully they'll bounce back, but I'll keep you guys updated. I really got to do a better job of cleaning the flowers. That's Cattleya Mark Jones. This one is Cattleya Phacelis. It's growing a new growth after being divided. And this one is Richard Mueller Labiata by Labiata. I divided it and it's pushing out 2 new growths. So not everything is bad here. There's a lot of good stories, but mostly with the hybrids. Some of the species, you know, they sulk a little bit. This one is Little Stars. It's adapting really well. Um, but let me show you a closer look. So this one is my BL's Mary's Glory H&R, and I actually have the parent in bloom as well, the BL Morning Glory. And this one smells so good. It smells like a combination of a fresh, crisp $100 bills and lilac. It is so strong. It is so beautiful. And I just love the colors. I think it's so pretty. It's vigorous. I'm a big fan of these Hawaiian hybrids because they do grow very well. They're vigorous. I've been able to transition this from semi-hydro to another pot. I repotted it earlier this year. This one gave me no issues. Highly recommend it. I got it from Carmela Orchids about 5 years ago, and I've had it since it was a seedling. This is BL Morning Glory, which is a parent to Mari's Glory. You could tell by the lip, right? It's so pretty, and you know, when I first got it, I didn't notice any fragrance, so I was a little disappointed. I was like, oh, another Brassavola hybrid without fragrance. My Yellowbird had no fragrance, and that one is supposed to be highly fragrant. I'm happy to report that I was walking to my bedroom one night, and I started smelling a strong fragrance, and I walked into my grow room, and it was this orchid. So it is fragrant at night, which is typical for Brassavola nodosa, but I find that the hybrids are fragrant for me during the day. So I was surprised to see this fragrant at night, and it's strong. It smells just like the Brassavola nodosa. It is wonderful. So I will absolutely be keeping this one. It blooms a lot too, so it's vigorous, so it will stay, and I'm very happy with it. Such a pretty one, and I love the pink colors. The next one you guys have seen a few times. This is Dendrobium Enobi Purple Splash. You guys saw the Enobi Purple 2 months ago. And on my shelves, it's still spiking. But this one is my favorite because the colors are so pretty. It stays nice and small. I think it's so pretty. Zoe bit a flower off, but I got it just in time. So it is now hanging in my bedroom. It's just a joy to grow. Small, no fragrance, but just so many flowers. The blooms last about 3 months, so you really can't go wrong with it. And look at where I put it. It is now in my bedroom. It's so pretty. Okay, on the topic of compact dendrobiums, here is Dendrobium New Hope Mini, another small one. So if you're limited on space, Enobi Purple Splash is great, Enobi Purple is great, and New Hope Mini is fantastic. These don't get bigger than a foot. The flowers last a long time, 3 months. They're drought tolerant and very easy to grow. I think this one is so pretty. That pink color and the little subtle veining I think is so beautiful. I've had this in my collection for 5 years as well. I had a few of them. Someone gifted me one, and I got one as a seedling, and I got a division. So I gave some of them away, but this was from the seedling that I received. And it's just so good. If you want a small dendrobium, you can't really go wrong with this one. I just find it so pretty. And yeah, if you have it, let me know down below. They're just so great. Okay, last I want to show you some Richard Mueller hybrids. This one's Cattleyas Mark Jones, and I wanted to show you the contrast of a new bloom versus the old bloom, so you know that they color change. So this is what the bloom looked like when it opened, and this is what it looks like when it fades. So I wanted to show it because this is why I like the Richard Muellers. And I don't want you guys to feel like you're missing out because this is Cattleyas Mark Jones and Paola Spots. They look very similar when they fade. So if you find any of these hybrids, just note that a lot of times they end up looking the same. So don't feel like you're missing out if you can't find Paola Spots. There's so many others like Copper Queen, and there's one called BLC Haikudan Sunshine and Raspberries, and it also looks similar but more common. So if you guys are looking for one of these, that one might be a good fit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good month, everyone. Bye.